right, back. 6, another episode. This is going to be our AFC fantasy football preview, mock, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Talk about whoever the players that we think are the most viable on the AFC side of the board. But before we get into that,
we did AFC last week.
Oh, NFC, excuse me, NFC. Sorry about that. I thought we did NFC. I thought we did AFC last week, but NFC last week. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, you're right. We're doing NFC this week. Excuse me. But before we get into that, Hotz, talk to me, kid. How you feeling? How you living?
We're good. We're good. I mean, obviously, there's big news breaking. We have a guest to come in and talk about it. Before he comes in, I won't make a huge think about it because I want to make sure he gets his take off. I don't want to step on his toes. I think just from my point of view, in a vacuum, it's not necessarily like the worst thing in the world. You know, He made a ton of money, but it just was more the way it went down. Instead of like a professional organization saying something along the lines of, hey, I don't think we can afford to make a deal with Mike Parsons. We're looking to, find someone who's willing to be a trade partner and give him a big contract. Let us know. We appreciate what you've done for us. And I'm talking about in July, not a week before the season starts after a constant back and forth. It just sends a terrible message to everyone in the locker room, everyone in the organization, culturally. That this is just a reality show for Jerry Jones, that he just wants to make headlines versus win. And I think a lot of Cowboys fans will agree with me. Again, I don't want to go crazy because, I want to make sure.
I can give my outside take maybe before you guys start bouncing off each other as Cowboy fans and kind of get into the feeling a little bit. I want to talk about a couple of things that are dynamics here. First of all, the comparison to the Herschel Walker trade. I took a snapshot earlier of what that Herschel Walker trade was. I just want to read this to people for anybody that thinks it's even close to being comparable. It's a joke. The Vikings got Herschel Walker, 2 third-round picks and a 10th round pick. The Cowboys got Jesse Solomon, David Howard, Isaac Holt, Alex Stewart, Darren Nelson, 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, a third-round pick, and a 6th round pick. Okay? And that's coming from the Vikings at the time that were not an incredible team. So those draft picks were viable versus what the Packers are going to be, which is probably a 25 to 30 pick for the 26 and 27 future. This team's going to stay together probably and be very viable moving forward. So those picks are not even like lottery picks. That's number one. So the trade's not even comparable. That's fucking dumb. That's the first thing I wanted to say.
Yeah, that was more just like, I think everyone knows that, but that's like the thing that Jerry Jones might try to like sell it as. Like, I've done this before. I've traded star players. Everyone questioned me, and it worked out for 3 Super Bowls in the 90s, but that might as well be the 1790s. Like, it's not relevant in today's world. No players getting any type of draft capital like Herschel Walker did then. And basically there's no reason this trade happened other than Jerry Jones having his feelings hurt in a sport where everyone retains their stars. And I think that we talk about like the Bengals, for example, as like bad ownership, this and that. Oh, T. Higgins requests a trade. Hendrickson requests a trade. Jamar Chase needs to get paid. Burrow needs to get paid. Look what happened. They're all on the team this year. Yep. If you are an asshole
even Trey got a little bit of a.
If you are an asshole and you hold tight, like, you'll get the deals done because they have no other option, because of the franchise tag, because they sit out all year. It doesn't go to a year towards their contract. They have no leverage. All Jerry had to do was say tough, and they could have kept him. But he had his feelings hurt by Micah saying what he said. And also, I think he filed the grievance about like his, rate should be paid at a linebacker versus a rush edge or vice versa for some reason. So that, I think, pissed off Jerry. And at the end of the day, he decided, like, fuck him. If he doesn't want to be here, I don't want to have him. And don't get me wrong, like, Mike is a great player, but I think the one thing that stands out to me is the contract that he did get, like making $7 million on average more than a Myles Garrett. Like, yeah, Myles Garrett's a better player than Mike Parsons. I love Mike Parsons. I'm not trying to shit on him, but he's not as good as Myles Garrett, especially against the run. So there's a lot of things that go into it.
Let's pause it right there for just a second, because I want to bring in our special guest who I think is going to be able to bounce off of what you just said at the end there in terms of like the best player and Micah as a whole and this whole angle and shit like that. I want to bring in one of our league members here. He's become a staple in our league from a shit talk perspective. He's a fellow Cowboy fan, a fellow Yankee fan to me. So obviously he shares some love with Hotz and I. Let's bring in our boy Eddie Saint here. Welcome to the program, kid. Love to have you on. Welcome, my boy. How you feeling? How you living? Talk to us, kid. Welcome to the Row 26 pod for 2025 season, bro.
Go, boys.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Absolutely.
Hey,
absolutely. So before we go any further, Hotz was just talking about
the idea. Good to see you guys. Haven't been on in a while.
Yeah. Well, we've been taking a break for the summer, to be honest. We've been very intermittent with the podcast, to be honest. Enjoying our summer. Hotz has been enjoying his time with his family. Same with me. All that stuff. So, Hotz's last point there in terms of Micah making a lot more dollars on the number than Miles, and he's definitely not a better defender than Miles. TJ, you can argue. I think Micah's definitely, in terms of game records, he's one of 5 players in the league. I think we can all agree with that. And I was saying the main thing that I think is the problem is that, first of all, it felt like the trade was rushed. They could have done this in March and sourced a better trade and did a little bit of a bidding war. They kind of just it felt like Hotz just said, he was butthurt. They just wanted to get him out of town, and he ended up trading him to the team that you guys have lost to the playoffs to in the last 3 seasons in the same conference. We're not even talking about trading him to the depths of Tennessee or the depths of Cleveland. We're talking about him being traded to a fucking NFC rival, in a sense, from out of the division. The Packers, they have had the Cowboys number, and it's just from that perspective too, that's annoying as a Giants fan to watch that, for sure, him staying in the NFC side. And then the other thing is that idea that they didn't even feel like they sourced the best deal. It was just get the fuck out of my building. I'm butthurt. We had a handshake deal. You fucked me. And now, even though it's not 1984, handshake deals, what the fuck does that even matter? The market went up when people got signed, and that's not realistic. So I want to leave it there and let you take the floor, Eddie, and hear your thoughts on some of this stuff that we've just spoken about. Man.
So again, I kind of got a bit of what Hotz was saying with I love Micah for sure. He's definitely, to me, a top 2, top 3 defensive player in the league. I all about the players getting their money and whatnot. I really want to honestly, I don't really want to know. I could almost assume exactly what this whole thing is, just an ego trip. This whole on both sides, honestly. We all know what Jerry is, what Jerry always has been. But I don't know. I think it's just a lot of cap, in a sense of, Michael was saying, I want to be a Cowboy forever. And I reached out to him prior to try to get my deal done before it would have been expensive and all that. Yeah, you could jump and say that. But then when the time comes and you're getting offered $40 to $41 million for 5 years, and then you don't take that to jump to, to force the hand of Jerry Jones, it's a spit in the face to him. And at that point, once you spit in his face, it's there's no going back. And
you don't spit in that guy's face. You don't spit in Jerry's face. He'll take you for $700 million from the NFL when you spit in his face.
That's it. He's just one of those guys. You're not gonna. You saw a documentary. I hope you guys saw that documentary. By the way, it was awesome.
It's one of the best out right now. It's one of the best I've seen in a minute. Yeah, it's awesome.
He's a demon. He stood 10 toes down against every owner in the NFL and the NFL. He didn't take shit from them. He's gonna take shit from a defensive end. You know what I'm saying? That he loves and he out loud, speaks.
No player is bigger than the star, baby. No player is bigger than the star.
Jerry has chopped people for less.
Facts.
Right. None. And it's very bittersweet. It's very bittersweet to have him lost. Obviously, I want him on our team. It would have been dope to see him on the field with Diggs finally back, or Bland on the same field. We've yet to see that, and what could have been. And now it is what it is, and we got to just move forward. And hopefully, I think we're gonna struggle defensively again. And I do like Clark. I think he's a baller. But that was no
football player. That's a football player.
Help us now. And fortunately, me and Hotz have been able to see in the last decade, I think we had 2 seasons where it could have been our year. We're gonna say every year's our year. But there was 2 years that it could have been our year. And you don't see that really, where it's just we never went into a rebuild. Romo dropped, Dak stepped right in, and it was just take off. And even so, that year when Romo, Dez didn't catch.
Yeah, that was the year.
That was
2014.
Was our year. That was the first one.
Eddie, you're coming in a little delayed, so I'm going to remove you for a second here just to get you to reset. Yeah, he just lost all service. Actually, as I removed him, John, he logged out. So
he was coming in choppy. I didn't know if it was just me, so I didn't want to say anything.
It's both sides. So let him get himself figured out there on his end with his internet. But you could pick it up where he left it off there. I think he was going to a good spot there.
Yeah, no, I mean it's tough time. I mean, this could be like, with all that being said, he's acting like, oh, without Micah, we can't be a playoff team virtually. But I don't think that's necessarily true. I think the offense will be good. I think the offensive line will be solid. They can run the ball. Dak, if he can keep protected, has CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javonte Williams now is a proven running back with the rookie, and obviously Jake Ferguson. So I don't think this year is necessarily a throwaway year. I don't think they're going to be like 5-11 or anything, or 5-12, I should say now, with the new schedule. But
Eddie, if you can lower your volume a little bit on your end, because we can hear the background channel, if you can.
But yeah, just on to the next one. And like I said, like earlier, I don't know if Eddie was on for it. Like, as great as Micah is, he's not a Myles Garrett where he's like a pass rush and run defender like that. He's not bad against the run by any means, but like it is a little bit of a weakness of his when, teams get ahead on us, like 7-10 points. They just kind of double team in, run the ball that way. And he's not super stout as a run defender. So, I mean, at the end of the day, in a vacuum, this trade isn't terrible, but it's just, like I said, the way it was handled, that it didn't happen months ago. If they're not going to pay him, they got to kind of shit or get off the pot and be like, all right, we love Micah. We appreciate what he's done for us, but we're going to move on from him and see what deal gets done. Not a week before the season starts, literally. We're playing the defending champions in our division. 1 week before the season starts, we're going to trade our best defensive player. It's just terrible business, terrible culture, terrible message to the locker room.
I totally agree with the whole.
It's just like sourcing it. I just want to echo on that one point there that you said there. It's either shit or get off the pot. This meddling in the middle is just weird. Like you said, John, in our group chat, I think you said they would have been 3 years more with him. It's this year and then 2 franchise tags if you really wanted to sit into the current contract.
I'll just reiterate my point real quick. I know I said earlier, but for Eddie, I mean, if you're going to be the asshole owner who's like, oh, we're just going to, talk in the media to use it for, negotiation tactics, this and that, you have to be the Bengals and just be like, okay, yeah, T. Higgins requests a trade. No, you're not getting it. Trey Hendrickson requests a trade. No, you're not getting it.
Right here.
Sit out. Or you could take this baby little raise or that's decent contract, or you could sit out a year and then, see how that plays out for you, like Le'Veon Bell. This isn't the NBA where you request a trade and you get it. The team has all the leverage, especially in a sport like football where you only have so many years to get that money. He just got his feelings hurt and made a decision based on feelings and emotions. And it's.
Do you think there was a bigger trade to be had if they did it in March, John? If they had sourced this a little bit more and looked around the league, do you think that they could have got 2 players to be named? Let's say they went after the Panthers, for example, and the Panthers think they're ready to go with Bryce Young or whatever the fuck it could be. I'm just putting it out there as an example. And they could get a Thielen, a defensive player, 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and
you could just stop at making the trade this offseason before the draft. That's all. That's just right there. You already made a better argument. Whatever, because like you said, high picks aren't made yet. People don't know. If you could get the Browns, the Browns in on it, him and Garrett matched up. All of a sudden, you have the number 2 overall pick. It's right. It's wild. It's a wild move, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm going through the stages of grief with it: anger, bartering, denial. But it sucks. Micah's a great player. I have his jersey. It's tough when a guy plays 4 years. The first 4 years,
12 sacks.
Yeah, and just moves on. You don't see
the only other guy that's done that, John. You know the stat. Who's done it? Who's the only other guy that's ever done first 4 years 12 sacks or more? Anybody know here?
Oh, who's done it? And I thought you meant who's done it and then got
in history of NFL history.
I would say probably Bruce Smith.
The other guy. Name the other guy.
Reggie White.
Thank you. That's it. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, he's not those guys though. To be fair, I love Mike. I'm not trying to shit him because he got traded.
Yeah. Of course not. But that's the level of production we're talking about, though, is what I'm saying. And on a defensive line,
pass rush in a new pass happy league. Dropbacks back then.
Exactly. Yeah, those guys were running the shit out of the ball back then, 40 times a game. So yeah, different league. But we can move on though. I don't think there's any last thoughts, Eddie. Yeah, go ahead.
My biggest thing is just out of all the options, as a Cowboy fan, I know Jerry, I know his ego, and
the Packers.
Dude, it's you got options, right? It's we're gonna sign him the day before fucking the game one, right? Just to fucking steal the fucking news and do that. You had the option of signing him before or trading him before.
Trade him to the Raiders. Trade him anywhere else.
You trade him to the kryptonite of the Cowboys a week before the season starts.
And y'all are playing them this year, I'm pretty sure. Am I
in
crazy?
4 weeks we play them.
Week 4.
So
have mercy on Dak Prescott.
That game, I mean, if Jerry Jones' world, if he's hurt, is the best situation that can happen in that game. If Mike is hurt, it doesn't play that game.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Then Jerry looks like he's
just Jerry knows what he's doing. When Mike is in that game, Michael is going to put belt to ass to that offensive line. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I hope he's on Tyler Smith's side. Tyler
Smith but he could be anywhere. He knows them very well.
I think he knows better is the thing.
He practices with them every day.
It's just
it's not going to be pretty. And not for nothing, again, so I know you were talking about obviously we let him go, but to what Hotz kind of pointed out, last year we couldn't stop the run. Our defense wasn't great. Yeah, he's the greatest athlete on our team. And
he's not the greatest run stopper. That's not his forte, I would say.
In Jerry Jones' mind, he's like, I'm gonna pay this guy almost $50 million a year, and our defense is still gonna be chopped. What is next?
I don't think anybody has a problem with the trading of Micah.
It's a situation.
Not paying that money, we're good. It's the Packers, and then it's the fucking the rushed ability of it.
Jack, it isn't the Herschel Walker trade for sure, but it isn't the worst trade in the world either. It really is.
Right. It's not paying that money to a guy that's not going to win you. Yeah.
Looking at it from 1,000-mile view, it's really not a terrible trade, but just because like Eddie said, we had Michael last year, our defense still fucking sucked. So what if we're paying $50 million for our defense to still suck? Yeah,
it's not a terrible trade for us.
It's just not tactful at all.
But it's an immaculate, tremendous, phenomenal trade for the Green Bay Packers.
Absurd.
Yeah, we'll see.
And they're ready to go.
I think the trade is good. I think the contract might not be great for the Packers.
Them, they already have Gary on the books. They already have Love on the books from a couple years ago. He has all their old QB money now.
Their whole team is on rookie contracts. That's why it works.
They signed Love to that other contract, and that's he's now the 7th or 8th highest paid quarterback now. They got ahead of it a little bit. They're doing it.
They got Jacobs too. They paid Jacobs good for running back too, but that's not a lot comparatively.
And all their receivers are basically paid for nothing.
They signed McKinney too. I think. Yeah. I mean, Mike is making the most money in the NFL outside of quarterbacks. That'll stuck
it's crazy.
Quick, no matter how many rookie contracts you have. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's move it forward. I want to get into some of this fantasy. I don't want to let you guys sit in your emotions for the whole fucking episode here. I appreciate you guys offering your candid takes, though. We could start with the Packers, though, just to kick it off.
If you guys would have got me last week, I would have been crying probably. I would have been fuming. I would have been
banging. That's that stages of grief.
Yeah. I think the few days was good for the
Mets sweeping the Phillies helped. That was good.
Yeah, the Yankees putting belt to ass all these.
Yankees been putting belt to ass all weekend. Same with the Mets. I think the Mets did the Mets end up losing today? I saw something bad happened.
They won 19-9 yesterday.
Yeah, that was nuts. But yeah, anyway, we can talk about the Green Bay Packers as a fantasy whole, and talk about that division. We'll start with that division in the North there. Think about fantasy players. Obviously, your thoughts on. We can start with the receiving core. I know Reed is banged up. I know Watson's banged up. We obviously have the rookie Golden. Are any of these guys that you would fade? And there are any of these guys that you're thinking that you would maybe reach for that people are sleeping on, like a Romeo Dobbs, maybe based on some injuries? And you can throw Tucker Kraft in there where you want to throw him in, I guess.
I could start. I mean, I'm targeting Golden. I'm a fan. He's fast. I like fast rookies. If you run sub 4.4 and you're a rookie, I'm probably going to try to draft you. And this, like you said, with those receiver injuries. And then just moving on to the next obvious name in my head is Josh Jacobs. And the question that I've been thinking about a lot is like Josh Jacobs versus Ashton Genty. A guy who's rookies. We've seen rookies perform well the last few years, and Josh Jacobs is a stud, but has had some great year, bad year, or average year, we should say.
Yeah.
Where do you? Which one are you taking? Both of you guys, same question.
I mean,
go ahead, Eddie. You can start.
Josh Jacobs to me is very intriguing, and he's amazing. As long as he's healthy, he's definitely to me like the go-to guy on Green Bay. Honestly, after that, I mean, yes, I like the rookie, like you said, and I guess due to the injuries, he's gonna get his targets. He's definitely a freak athlete. One of the first like receiver that the Packers drafted in the first round.
Since what, Donald Driver, whatever the fuck.
Right, exactly. So I mean, I really, again, the Golden's there, I guess like 8 or so.
Oh, 8. You're staying all the way back there.
I mean, I just don't see him. Yeah, like I'm not. Yeah, he's not shining. I mean, you can't like just put all your chips in on the top 6 picks for a rookie. That
I put a little grace with Josh Jacobs on off seasons, by the way, John. When you talk about the previous team, the Raiders were fucking terrible. McConnell was that quarterback, or O'Connell was the quarterback that season. That was a fucking mess. They fired the coach mid-year. That was a mess. Last year, Jacobs, 1,300 yards, 15 rushing touchdowns. He scored the last 9 weeks straight, including 2 separate weeks. He had 3 rushing touchdowns. The guy's a fucking animal. Obviously, they're always concerned about Jordan Love, maybe getting injured because he has this thing. He is also a picks guy. He's a 10-plus interception guy. So keeping the ball in Jacobs' hands is always formidable. I would lean Jacobs over Genty. He's just a little bit more proven stake. And now with the add of Micah, the defense is going to probably have maybe win more possessions for them and things like that throughout a game. So I think about that. I want to move it to the defense as a total defense. Do you see them being above with Micah's add, above a Denver, above a Baltimore, some of these more formidable defenses? Do you think they're in that top 3 category now with Micah, or do you think that they're still in that maybe that 5 to 10 category and you can sit on them? They're maybe more of like a spot start defense still.
I honestly believe they're definitely that 5-10. I'm not going to put them top 5. Honestly, you just got to look at the division that they're in. You got, you got the Bears that are up and coming. They got the new head coach in town. Caleb got a bunch of weapons over there. Then you got the number 1 team in that division, the Lions, that you got to worry about, high-powered. They're facing these guys twice a year. You know what I'm saying?
Minnesota.
And you can't forget about Minnesota. That coach is tremendous. Mm-hmm. Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones, McCarthy coming out season. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be a great defense in the league. But in fantasy-wise, I don't see them top 3.
Do you like Jacobs more than C-Mac is my last question.
No.
I don't think I like him more than Genty. So
I mean, health-wise, I mean, if C-Mac is in, C-Mac is, to me, could be top 2 in the league. You know what I mean? Like every year.
Especially in PPR leagues,
and all the receivers are hurt. Let's move to the Lions. Always love talking about this dynamic. New coordinators on both sides of the ball. Obviously, weapons galore. Defense has got Hutchinson back, so maybe they a little bit more prowess, a little bit more turnover, little turnover focus, stuff like that. Obviously they'll be healthy. Anzalone will be back. All these guys, Brian Branch, big fan. So your thoughts on some of these offensive weapons, Laporta, whatever the case may be. And then the idea of Gibbs and Monty dynamic too.
You want me to go Hotz or?
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously they have the best one. To me they have the best
running back duo in the game, as you're saying.
Best duo, and I think the best running back in the league. Hey. I think Gibbs is Bijan, Gibbs is Barkley, and Gibbs is gonna he's always fresh due to the power of having David Montgomery there. So that is huge. That is huge to keep that guy on the field for 17 games a year. is having another power back behind them. That's no joke. And honestly, in fantasy, Montgomery's there later, mid draft. I'm gunning for him. He carried me last season. The guy gets the ball in the red zone, and he's gonna punch it in every trip. So I love. They're so high powered. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. The guy is excellent in every catching, route running, it all. And then you got Jameson Williams, and you got Sam Laporta. Like it's just so many people to feed there.
Let me pose a poignant question to you about the receivers there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, would you say, or like where would you rank these guys? I'm going to name a couple guys here: Amon-Ra, Neighbors, BT Jr., Brian Thomas Jr., and maybe I'll say who's another guy, John, that you think is in that category, maybe in that area?
I mean, we could just rank those three. I think I'd go with Brian Thomas Jr., then Neighbors, then Amon-Ra St. Brown. And like just because like we were talking about like how many weapons that have to be fed there, I think Jameson Williams is going to take a step up and get another allotment of targets. Sam Laporta is obviously, and like Eddie said, Gibbs is debatably the best running back in the league behind a monster offensive line. Penei Sewell is probably the best run blocking tackle in the NFL. Like you run right and he's taking out one or two guys. So I think that Amon-Ra, as great as he is, they might just not need him. And I do think that offense is still going to be prolific. I know losing Ben Johnson speaks volumes, but at the same time, people forget that Dan Campbell's an offensive coach because he's big and he's jacked. They just assume he's a D coordinator, but he's a tight end in the NFL his whole career, or was a tight end coach, offensive coordinator, So he had a huge hand in that offense. It wasn't just Ben Johnson.
And he has the whole playbook in his pocket still from last year.
Yeah. It's not like he doesn't know what Ben Johnson ran, exactly.
Who's the offensive coordinator? You said Kelvin Shepard is his name?
Oh, I'm just talking about Dan Campbell as an offensive coach.
Oh, just Dan Campbell, you're saying as a whole. Okay, got it. Just like the macro, like the whole conglomerate. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of agree. I think Goff is a guy that always is slept on in fantasy. I like to talk about him sometimes, like 10th round and beyond type of quarterback that still puts up 4,500, 30 touchdown guy. So he's a guy that could be a fantasy winner randomly because you build out the roster nicely and then Goff's your quarterback. I like Goff. Yeah, I won my dynasty league last year with Goff as my QB2 with Burrow. So like just to put it out there, like boy gets it done. You can say what you want. He's doofy fuck. Boy gets it done, and he's got weapons galore. So. I love the take on Gibbs. Higher than Bijan is crazy, but I like it. It's interesting.
I think it's just I think honestly the Lions just have a better offense than.
Yeah, I think I don't even think that's debatable between the other guys. The Saquon take.
Like Bijan on Detroit is crazy. Saquon Barkley
broken
on Detroit is crazy. Like that's where I get. That's why
same thing with like Bijan on the Eagles, or
right. Same thing.
On the Eagles, their offensive line is good too.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, we can move on from them. I think.
Real quick though.
Sure.
I go Neighbors, Brian Thomas.
Okay.
Honestly, I love Neighbors. I think he's a freaking dog.
Neighbors might be a better player than Brian Thomas Jr.
He's the man to the ball.
Situation right now, I think that the quarterback situation in New York is tough, and we've seen Brian Thomas Jr. deliver with Lawrence already.
Yeah,
for sure, and Mac Jones, I think too, right?
Yeah, and a little Mac Jones.
Like he's kind of QB agnostic. He's like one of those guys. We haven't seen that with Neighbors just yet.
Neighbors had a great year last year with bad quarterback play, but not as good as Brian Thomas. So that's all I'm based. It's very slight. It's not like a blowout at all.
For sure. We can move to Minnesota here. Yeah, let's move to Minnesota here. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on the weapons here. Obviously, with the rookie quarterback, Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason dynamic in that backfield. We're reading a lot about Jordan Mason maybe getting more touches eventually than Aaron Jones. Led the league in rushing for 8 weeks last year for the San Francisco 49ers when C-Mac was out. Stud. He has that wiggle, as they say, when at a running back position, kind of that elusiveness. Aaron Jones seems to sometimes gets hurt, fumble stuff. Stuff can come up. He's talented, though. Obviously, Hawkinson, Addison, 3-game suspension, and then Jettas. Is Jettas in the first round to you higher than Amon-Ra, for example?
Yes.
Is he higher than BT or Neighbors to you?
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Okay. And then your thoughts on the Minnesota defense as a whole, drafting them and a set forget defense because of Brian Flores and the talent. Your thoughts on that?
Kind of the same as the Packers. Like, they're in that tough division. They're going to have to play the Lions, an up-and-coming, Bears team, and the Packers. They're going to have to play good offenses, good teams. So it's tough to be like, I don't know. And all this to be said, is very few defenses in the history of fantasy football that I'm like targeting. Like, that I'm like, oh, let me look at these guys and draft them to set and forget. Like, if they fall into my lap, great. If not, I don't really care. So
there was a point.
You're not reaching. You're not reaching for
the Bills a couple years ago. You wanted to jump on them. Leading the boom like a decade ago, like
the Broncos with Peyton Manning when they won the Super Bowl.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, Von Miller, it's scary. Yeah,
stuff like that. Like, other than that, I'm not really leaning in. So, okay. But offensively, I think Mason is the skeleton key, if you will. Like, if he could fit into all offenses, like, it'll work. But if he was kind of San Francisco zone, Shanahan style zone blocking dependent, and the Vikings don't have quite as good of an offensive line, and Aaron Jones is also there to steal up carries, like, he could be a shell of what he was last year. So it's hard to make a stiff jump to him, but at the same time, he could win you your league.
Yeah, Jettis is the only one on that team that's like trustworthy of, like, is gonna give you
freaky
those points every week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you spoke about the coach before. You made a great point before, Eddie. McConnell's the way he draws plays up. He draws up plays to get guys open, and he's the best. He's the best in the game doing it. Maybe him and McVay are the best too, and he comes from that tree, I'm pretty sure. So, it makes all the sense in the world. All right, cool. And then your thoughts on McCarthy. Is he a guy that you would draft late in the draft? Is he a guy that you could see, because of all the weapons and all this shit, that he's a guy, or is he a waiver wire guy? And you think this year?
He's a waiver wire guy.
I think if you just whiff on quarterback and you're in a QB league, and and you're team, not like maybe not as your QB1, but if you want to get one guy and then another guy, you might want to mix in. I don't think it's the worst move, just because obviously Addison's out the first couple games, but like I do believe firmly that, like, as much as we talk about quarterbacks helping receivers, if you have really good receivers, you can make average quarterbacks look good. We saw it with Sam Darnold in the same exact situation last year. For most of the season was
and Pasternak got off there.
Top 12 fantasy quarterback, I would say, for most of last year. Sam Darnold,
I think he was top 10.
He's not very good. So McCarthy, if he's better than Sam Darnold, will be a top 10 fantasy quarterback, logically. But again, if you're banking on him, that means you whiffed on your quarterback strategy earlier. People got picked before you thought they would. Like, it's a backup plan.
Yeah, gotcha. I like that.
Agreed.
Let's move to the Chicago Bears as the last team in the North. I'll just throw some things out. Ben Johnson, new head coach. Running back seems to be Swift leaning, but probably committee when it's all said and done, as we all know. The new tight end, Loveland, drafted. He looks great in preseason, but obviously still got Cole Kmet, who got signed to money. And then have the weapons outside, Odunze, DJ Moore. They lost Keenan Allen, so probably get fed a little bit more. Luther Burden, I believe, is a draft pick to think about here. And then the defense probably will be a little bit better, but again, spot starty, in my opinion. I don't even think that's debatable. We don't have to conversate about that. So your guys' thoughts, and then Caleb, what are your thoughts on him? Is he one of those Goff guys that you take late and maybe he ends up being better than you think? Is he like trending to not be the guy that we all thought and it's all fucking smoke and mirrors? What are our thoughts about this offense? Eddie, if you want to kick it off, please.
Yeah, go ahead, Ed.
So like in regards to like Caleb, I do like him. I do think honestly, if you draft him, it's because it's not his name that's intriguing, it's Ben Johnson that's intriguing. And it's the weapons that's intriguing. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said it. Like I think Rome's gonna have a breakout year with Keenan out the way. Developed and a year in, now he's second year in and now he's teaching like the younger guys. Like I know that rookie is no joke. And Hotz could piggyback and get more feedback on him because you're talking
about Luther Burden, the junior. You're talking about
Luther. Yep.
Luther. Yeah, Luther Burden, the rookie. Yeah.
And then DJ Moore. And DJ Moore's, I
reliable.
think he's still very all reliable. Like, dude's an athlete. He's amazing. And then And then you got who else we got?
Loveland Komet dynamic.
Loveland. We'll talk about rookies.
Talk about this tight end dynamic. I want to hear about this a little bit because it's weird.
I had Brock Bowers last year in a couple leagues, on 2 leagues actually, and my wife's league. That boy carried, man. And Loveland can have a year like that, man. You never know. So I don't know. The running back position is iffy. Like you got Swift.
Someone's keeping Swift in our league, right? I'm pretty sure.
Who's RB2?
Jake is.
Who's RB2 there?
Roshan still?
Yeah, Roshan Johnson, I think.
Yeah, no.
Let me double check. I got it right in front of me. Let me double check here. You guys can keep going. Hotz, you can give me your what do you think about
I mean, just going through this team quick. I mean, running back, I'm probably not
Roshan.
Caleb is going to have to go ahead and prove it to me before I have any interest. Unless, again, I guess if he falls really far, I might snag him. But I do.
Caleb over Daniels last year is going to keep Hotz up still.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, I believed in him. Then I watched him play. The Bears' offense obviously wasn't what it was coaching-wise, but still, I think he just was a little bit slow in his reads, his development, how, everything seemed a little fast for him. So maybe Ben Johnson will help, maybe he'll not. I'm not going to bank on something I haven't seen happening yet. I am interested in Luther Burden. I think he's kind of got underdrafted in terms of NFL draft this year.
I like him more than Odunze. I just want to say that out loud.
Really?
I'm not an Odunze guy.
I like him more than the hype of a Rome coming out last year?
Correct. Yeah.
Really?
I even though his stats might not be what maybe Odunze was, which is probably like 700, 800 yards and maybe like 4 touchdowns if I had to guess. I haven't looked, but that would be my guesstimate. Hotz, I think maybe had Rome last year. Did you have Rome? You maybe know better, but
I think you're about right. Probably right.
Yeah. Probably in that zone. So underwhelming, I think, for a rookie wide receiver like that, who was a first-round pick, a top 15 pick, if I'm not mistaken. So I just, when I watched him live, even at Washington with Penix, it just felt like Penix was the guy, and and maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had this exact same conversation last.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. Yeah, I'm not a Rome guy. I don't know. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I'm not a Rome guy from what I watched last year. Maybe Ben Johnson, his scheme, like you guys talk about, it's all about that scheme, baby, and that offense.
Well, I think Rome was open a lot last year too, and Caleb didn't hit.
Yeah, and Caleb.
I think Rome got open at Washington. It doesn't matter how good your quarterback is if you're not open.
And he killed it. Washington was a sick team. They were a last 4 team. I'm pretty sure.
Like I said last week, when Penix was at Indiana, it's not like you're like, oh, Penix made this wide receiver at Indiana. You don't know a single guy.
Favorite take off this fucking shit. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I know. But at that time, Penix was still a prospect, like much more of a prospect than he became at Washington, which was he was a junior, senior, like an older player in college.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just to be like, oh, it's only because he played with Penix that he was good. It's just like.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I like the Loveland take. I think he could be very talented. I love young tight ends in general. Laporta's first year, great. Bowers' first year, great. I tend to like young tight ends. Cole Kmet did get signed to money, and he still is a very talented guy. So I think it could be a lot of 2 tight end sets, like the Brock Wright, Laporta style in Detroit that we saw with Ben Johnson. I could see a lot of that again here. I'm interested to see what Caleb is. I'm not a fan at all, obviously, as you guys can tell, but we'll see what's up with this team. I think we can park it here with this
I'll leave it at Ben Johnson should be able to find a way to use both tight ends if he's the offensive guru he's supposed to be. And this is all like,
he will.
It all suits with him. Like, we've seen 2 tight ends work many times, Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski, Marcus Pollard, Dallas Clark, there's ways to make it work.
You can do it. All right, let's move on. I want to move to the NFC South. Let's kick it off with the Atlanta Falcons, Jermaine Simpson's favorite team. We're talking about Michael Penix, obviously Bijan Robinson. We talk about Kyle fucking Pitts and playing golf with Penix because he's treating him like he's fucking from like a special needs camp.
Drake fucking London, baby.
And Drake London. Oh, by the way, on Chicago, I want to say one thing. I almost forgot. My favorite player on Chicago, if the receivers get hurt, if one of the receivers gets hurt, Olamide Zaccheaus. Mark my words right now, this guy will have fantasy relevancy this season if one of those receivers goes down. My boy can catch the ball and had an outstanding offseason. You mark my words right now, this kid can play some football. I'm telling you right now.
Mark his words, because I want to see this.
Olamide Zaccheaus. telling me.
No
Just
comment.
wanted to throw that out there.
Just move. That's what you stopped the fucking show for. That's what you paused the show for, to talk about Olamide Zacchaeus. Get the fuck out of here.
I just had to get it through. I just had to get it out there.
The East Coast over here. We don't have time for fucking.
All right.
We know it's only 6 o'clock.
It was only 1 minute.
9:20. I don't need to hear about fucking Olamide Zacchaeus. My dog needs to take a shit.
All right. We're talking about. All right, let's go back to the Falcons here.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're good. I didn't take it personally. It's fair. It's a wide receiver 5 right now, whatever the fuck. So it's completely warranted. It's really okay. Just personal favorite. But anyway, talk about Atlanta, and that's what reminded me because he used to be on Atlanta, by the way. Anyway, talk about Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. Do you think Bijan's somebody that you would take before Jeddah's, before an Amon-Ra? I want to hear about maybe that take. Hotz, you can kick it off there. And Drake London, where you see him bottom of the first, that's where I've been seeing his ADP going. Is that too high? Talk to me about that.
I mean, I think Bijan's a no-brainer, top 4 pick. I don't think there's really much to be said there. I think, Chase, Gibbs, Saquon, and Bijan. I don't know the order. It's somewhere between those 4, though. So in terms of Drake London, it doesn't really do much for me, to be honest. I don't have much interest. I'm not huge into Penix or like this whole Atlanta offense as a whole, where I'm going to take a wide receiver in the first round from it. So not to sound like a guru, but I just don't love this offense. So I'm not going to go crazy for anyone besides Bijan.
Okay.
As for Kyle Pitts, we've seen him forever. It's kind of tough to trust him. So unless he falls really far and I don't have a tight end, I don't really see myself drafting him.
Okay. I don't know what happened to Eddie there. Let me add him back. Here, he's back now. Okay, here we go.
I don't know why I'm having technical difficulties here.
No, you're good. You're good. All good. Shit happens. Yeah, I mean, in terms of just want to pose the same question to you. Do you think Bijan's somebody that you would take ahead of any of those receivers that we mentioned before, Neighbors, in a full point PPR league?
Oh, absolutely. He's a top 3 pick, 1,000%. He doesn't fall past there. If he does, people are drunk.
Fair enough. The same.
And then Drake London going in the first round, I've been seeing in 14-team leagues at the end of the first, top of the second. Is that too high for an unproven relationship with Penix necessarily from regular season perspective?
I say what you say. Honestly, I think Drake London's still a lock. They had a great connection last year. The kid is great. He's athletic. He's a beast. He's only going to get better, I believe. Another year now with Penix. I mean, he was doing it with Kirk. I don't shy away from him just because Penix is quarterback. That's not going to – I think he's another plug-and-play, just like Justin Jefferson getting Darnold and all these guys, Brian Thomas. These guys are – they're him. Like Drake London is him. He's going to do well. Just throw the ball up, and he's going to –
Jeez.
That's how I feel about him, honestly. That's really how I feel about him.
What's your take off that?
I don't think I could throw him up there with Jefferson or Brian Thomas Jr. or Neighbors. I think he's, the next tier down.
You say 6? You don't think he's number 6? You don't think he's WR6?
No, I don't think he's 6. I think you got Chase. You got Lamb, you got Jefferson, you got Brian Thomas Jr., Neighbors, Amon-Ra.
I think it's fair to say that Neighbors and Drake London could be on the same category with the Giants QB situation. John, your thoughts on that?
I mean, we're splitting hairs a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think there's not a world where I would think Drake London above Brian Thomas Jr. or Malik Neighbors or.
But Jefferson. Is there a world where you would take Drake London over who you said was 6? Amon-Ra St. Brown?
I think I had him at 7 or 8. But yeah, I mean, I would probably take Amon-Ra still more. I think he's a good player. I think he's very solid, but I just think talent-wise, he's not quite on the level. I think he's a little limited in his route running.
Just was about to say that.
He doesn't have elite speed. He's not great with the ball in his hands after the catch.
He's a jump ball guy.
He's a great jump ball outside, tall, strong, fast.
He'll lost you.
But I think he's limited in terms of his
across the middle
variability, if you will, just different skill sets.
We're talking about fantasy, right? And I just think Drake
his ADP is right now first end of first round, Eddie.
I'm Amon-Ra St. Brown. We talked about Detroit having every weapon in the book.
Do you like Terry McLaurin? Do you like Terry McLaurin?
For drafting Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Do you like Terry more than Drake London?
No, Terry McLaurin. No, I don't have Terry McLaurin above Drake London. But again, I think that's like further down.
Do you like
I think
Puka
I
more than
would put Drake London when
Puka?
I'm thinking about like T. Higgins,
Puka?
yeah, DK Metcalf.
No.
Kind of in
Mike
that
Evans?
Who?
Mike Evans?
Yeah, maybe I would put him above him, but that's like closer. He's closer
Jackson
to Mike
Smith
Evans than he is
You
to
will
Amon
not
Ra
take
to me.
Mike Evans on fantasy before Drake London. You will not.
Godwin's out for 6 weeks. I mean, my G.
Hot.
McMillan's hurt too.
Mike Evans is
Mike Evans is
proven.
the LeBron of receivers.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Evans is going to get 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns.
So now I'm more
minimum.
Becco. We'll talk about him later. That's my guy.
Yeah, we're
I
talking
love
about
him.
him.
I love him.
We're all big fans of Ibuka the Freak. We know,
Yeah.
but that's only the other guy. They don't have another guy because
Okay.
Godwin's hurt.
Yeah.
No one-
Understood. Honestly, I can't even tell. Listen, I can't even tell you WR2 in Atlanta.
Besides Ibuka, it's Ibuka and Evans.
No, he said on Atlanta.
Oh, in Atlanta, excuse me. Oh,
Darnell
sorry.
Mooney, I think.
Mooney,
Yeah, Darnell Mooney.
who's a sleeper. I think he's being kept in our league. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's being kept in our league 11th. But yeah, no, I mean, we're talking about this a lot. Drake London is a perfectly fine player. I'm not going to go bend over backwards to draft him, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Could
not
be
taking
good.
him over Neighbors and Brian Thomas. I'm just saying.
yeah, as long as that's established, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. But
That's
they sit
fair.
at the
And
same
then-
table, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to talk about is Pitts, and then we can move off this team.
I mean,
I've seen I've
You
seen enough of him. I've
Yeah.
been waiting for the hype. I was like a big fan of him. I drafted him, I think, when he was a rookie. And nothing. I've seen nothing from it, and I don't see it now. It's like year 5, am I right?
I mean,
Year
he'll finish the top. He'll be 8th or 9th in fantasy points among tight ends. Like if you take him without reaching for him, fine. But if you expect this year to be the year, like it might be, but it's a good chance it's not.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. Let's move on. We'll move to the Carolina Panthers. Tatoria McMillan is the mainstay here, obviously, with the departure of Thielen. You have Jalen Coker moving into that wide receiver 3 role, from what I've read. Their running back situation is Hotz galore, and his keeper, Mr. Chuba Hubbard, is going to get so much love this year. I think Hotz made a
So
sound
much love.
decision.
That's a good keeper by
him.
Hotz.
Great keeper. And then I don't know who their tight end is. I think, is it Tremble? Is that his name? I'm not sure.
Tommy Tremble, maybe.
Tommy Tremble. This team doesn't have a lot of fantasy relevancy, of course, but go ahead, guys.
I'll
Please.
throw a name at you. Hunter Renfro took a couple years out of football. You just had Thielen left. We
He
know they
just
got
got
a young
cut. He just
quarterback
got
there.
cut and brought back to the team.
I'm talking about last round of the draft.
I'm
Leave
talking about
nothing out there.
waivers.
He's talking waivers.
Hunter Renfro with waivers. I mean, I like him. Hometown guy. He's from there. I went to a college there, I should say.
Yeah, I went to Clemson.
And he still, I think he has a lot in him. They actually forced him to play. He fell out of love with the game. They waived him, and then someone got hurt, and they just brought him back yesterday. So no, Hunter Renfro, no.
And then Tatoria McMillan, is he a second round player?
No, I don't think
No. Will he
Yeah.
go second round? Here's a better question. Will he go?
Possibly. We have 14 guys.
With the
Possibly.
14 team league, for
maybe,
example.
I mean, I'd be pissed if that's my.
I would
WR2
take Marvin Harrison
WR1.
Jr. over him if that's a good comp to where
That is
he'll
a good
go.
comp. I would definitely take Marvin Harrison Jr. over him.
And
All right.
Established quarterback.
is Marvin
quarterback.
Harrison Jr. going in the second round? I don't think so.
Marvin
He is.
Harrison
He ADP? Absolutely.
Really?
It's been going on. Yeah, all my mocks. I'm just.
What's his ADP on ESPN right now? What number?
Let me see.
I've met-
Marv Harrison. I'm just gonna look it up. Marv Harrison. What do you think it is?
34.
He's looking at it.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm not looking at it.
No, I'm not gonna look at it right now.
That's
30
okay.
on ESPN. I don't have ESPN. I just have Fantasy Pros, like the main website. 36.
Okay, so not second round.
Yeah. But he's been going in our mocks, though, weirdly enough. For our league and our structure of our league. No
Maybe if the
quarterback
keepers
league.
were taken out or something.
Right, with the keepers taken out and all that stuff.
But I
All
don't
the
think there's that
factors-
many first and second round keepers. Kyron Williams off the top of my head.
He's a second rounder, Kyron Williams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think how many picks he would move up, Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, this is boring, but I don't know. I'm also to say that Ted McMillan in the second round would be crazy to me.
I mean,
now that we discussed it, 100% would be crazy.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, let's move it on here.
Just think about all the wide receivers we were talking about. We were talking about Drake London.
I know.
Even people behind that before.
Well, McMillan might just get like fucking 15, 20 targets.
You can't compare Ted to Drake London. Drake London.
That's what I'm saying. And we were talking about Drake London end of first round, early second round.
I think McMillan could be higher than Drake London this year. I'm just saying.
You're hugging. Stop.
I'm just playing. The targets are going to be stupid with McMillan. Who the fuck's on that team?
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson's not on that team.
On that team.
I don't know. Anyway, shouts to Joey for checking in on the pod. Love you, kid. You always spell my name wrong, you dumb fuck. Anyway, New Orleans Saints. Let's talk about them.
Just move on.
Move on. Alvin Kamara, first round, second round pick. Yes or no? Simple as that.
Second
with
round
the quarterback situation.
Very possible second round pick.
Late or early third round pick.
Or early third would be ideal for value.
All right, moving on.
I'm not talking about the Saints.
You're not talking about the Saints? Fuck
I refuse to talk about the Saints.
Shaheed. Isn't Shaheed being kept?
Yeah, Shaheed's being kept. If they're not going to compete, if they're not going to try to compete, I'm not going to talk about them.
All right, fair enough. Let's move on to the Bucks. Bucky Irving's being kept by KC in like the last round, whatever the fuck that bullshit is. Obviously, Godwin's out for weeks. He'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks, whatever that is. Kate Otton's the tight end, and then we have our boy Ibuka. Would you stretch for Ibuka to be a first round pick right now with the situation with Godwin? Mike Evans getting older.
Did you say first round pick?
In 14 team, yeah.
Ibuka?
No.
Like at the end of the first.
No, absolutely not. No shot.
Okay.
Terrible question.
First round pick? What are we talking about, dude?
I'm just saying he's freaky, and he could end up with 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's good.
No, but he would shockingly go early in like in the 6th or 5th. Like
you think it's that late with him? Wow.
No, I don't know about it's first. I don't know, maybe
crazy.
4th or 5th, maybe. 5th.
I'm telling you that these guys have been going in with our league structure. 14 team, third or second round pick. Ibuka's been going. Casey took him as his second round pick in a couple of our mocks. I'll just throw that out there.
Kelsey, he was fucking around. Casey was fucking around.
All right, well, fair enough. Well, is Mike Evans more? How about this question? Is Mike Evans more viable this year to you than Ibuka?
Yes.
Okay. And would you draft Rashad White in this scenario with Bucky still? Is everyone overrating Bucky? That's my last question with this team.
I think Rashad White's draftable for sure, but not like maybe like 10th round ish.
Yeah, that's a good question though. I love Bucky. He killed it for me last year. One of my main leagues in, and I picked him up off the waivers. But that's a really good question. Do you think he's overrated, dude?
Bucky?
Like, would you because
I never see him be a 3 down back before.
He's going in the second, like 1,000%, early in the second. So like I don't know. Is that too high? Do you think?
Bucky Irving or Ashton Genty? I'll run back that same question with Jacobs.
Right, and I just don't know what Genty is yet. But like, if we're talking about prospect wise, Genty.
Touches Genty. Yeah, bro.
A monster. He's a
baby. And the touches are going to be higher, I feel like, than Bucky. Bucky's still scat back to me. Like, yes, he'll get a little bit more than last year, but like, is he a down back? Is he like a guy you hand the ball to 30 times a game? Like, there's no fucking way, dude. I don't even think 25 times a game. He's like a 15 times a game. You're hoping he breaks one for 100, and then he has 100 yards. That's my feeling. And he catches the ball out of the backfield, maybe 3 to 4 catches a game, type of thing. Maybe. He showed that wheel route in preseason. We talked about that last week. I don't know. I think Bucky's a little overrated, but for Hotz, for Casey having him kept in the last round.
Obviously 13th round, great keeper either way.
All right, let's move on to the next division here. Let's talk about the NFC West. Arizona, we can talk about Kyler Murray, Marv Harrison, Trey McBride's being kept, so we don't have to talk about him. That's a good keeper by Eddie. I think that was a good edit from Burrow to McBride. Shouts to Eddie. Anybody else on this team that you think is viable? James Conner, steady Eddie, Joey's favorite. Thoughts on this team as a whole? Trey Benson take a step at all? Anything like that at all?
I really like Marvin Harrison Jr. in his second year to have a big year. Talked about him earlier, but Then again, I think second round would be early, even in our 14-team league with keepers. I just think there's a lot of good players out there. It's tough to have him in my top 28 available, even with the keepers. That being said, like if things fall a certain type of way, and I see his name among other names I don't like or love, like I like him. I think he's a guy that I think could take a massive step up. Was drafted, second round last year as a rookie. Kind of didn't live up to it, but I think he might be a value in that same round this year. Just one of those weird fantasy anomalies, if you will.
Do you like Kyler Murray or like a Drake May?
Drake May.
What about you, Eddie? What
Eighth round. That's where I'm taking him.
What do you like? What do you think about Kyler Murray versus one of these rookie quarterbacks like a Drake May? Obviously, I think Bo Nix is in his second year. He's in a different category now, but
that's a really good comparison. Like it's a
what I'm
really,
saying? Like a rookie.
New England got Vrabel now, and
second year for Drake May really starting.
Vrabel's a running guy, and he got Stephon Diggs now. Added to his like a little arsenal and whatnot. But I don't know. I like Kyler Murray. I do. I like it. I like his speed. I like his arm. He's too little. He makes a lot of mistakes.
Win a Super Bowl? Yeah, no way.
But to piggyback off what like a Hotz said, I think Marvin Harrison's gonna have a breakout year. You see how if you're looking at people like 15, 20 pounds on a muscle, like kid's a beast. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's gonna have a breakout year. And so for that. I guess Kyler.
It's just so rare to see players with Hall of Fame dads. We've talked about this on the pod before. Hall of Fame dads, the son usually is not. When the father's like a regular pro, then the son is the Hall of Famer. It's like one of these things, like Surtain II. His father was a good pro on the Dolphins. Surtain's the god now, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Marv Harrison's father is
Patrick Surtain was pretty fucking good.
He was pretty fucking good, but he's not a Hall of Fame level of his son. Would you agree?
Close.
Oh, that's a crazy comment. Bro won Defensive Player of the Year last year. Come on.
How many Pro Bowls do you think Patrick Surtain went to?
3.
3? I'll take the over.
I'll take 3. What do you think, Eddie? Patrick Surtain with Sam Madison in that defense back in the day. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think? More than 3? Less than 3? You also played on Philly too, right? Yeah.
2.
Exactly 3.
Come on, baby.
One-time All-Pro. One-time All-Pro gives me the win.
Surtain was All-Pro last year.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, he's pretty fucking good. He was not, like, regular player.
He's
just not his son.
37 career interceptions is a fucking lot.
That's good.
That's a lot.
That
is a lot.
But he was never the CB1 on his team, I don't think. Sam Madison had him usually. Yes?
Sam Madison was a very good player, too. I mean, it's a good career.
It's a good career. I'm just saying that, like,
11 years, 3 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro, 37
I think.
interceptions.
I think the point still stands. I think what we're saying is correct. That the father,
Michael Jordan's kid didn't even make the NBA.
Yeah, Jordan's kid didn't make the NBA. Like Shaq's son, Sharif, is a nothing.
I just think it's not enough of a sample size to make a full-scale declaration. But I get where you're coming from. I just judge it on Marvin Harrison himself and watching him play on tape, like. And also, his dad might fucking shoot you if he finds out you're talking bad about him. So be careful.
Jerry Rice's son just got cut.
Fucking
yeah. Oh, that Brendan Rice Jr. on
Marvin
the Chargers.
Harrison Sr. might shoot your ass up. So be careful.
Yeah, that's a fact. That was never proven in court, John. Anyway, yeah, I know about what you're talking about
right
now.
I said, Mike.
I'm pushing through. All right, let's keep it moving here. Marv Harrison, maybe you have some. We're all watching. He's one of the most interesting stories this year coming in this year. So we'll see what's up. Let's move to the Rams. Obviously, Puka Nacua right now is going at the end of the first. Stafford's back is a thing. We all know it. You think about Kyron Williams. Maybe Blake Corum gets a little bit more into the fold this year, the guy they drafted last year. And then they have Devontae Adams as their newest ad, obviously, at receiver. So what do we think about this team? And then, obviously, the defense with Jared Verse being a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, I think, coming in. He's a sicko. Do we like this team? Do we like touching offensive players on the receiving core because of Stafford? What do we think?
I just want to say Devontae Adams or Drake London.
I'm picking
Go ahead,
Drake
Eddie.
London.
You take the floor.
I'm picking Drake London over Devontae Adams.
Woo!
In fantasy,
I'm
picking him because he's getting more targets. And to piggyback off what I just said, that's why so I'm gonna take my take on the Rams. So with their receiving core, I honestly think it might be one of the best, if not the best in the league, with Adams and Nakua. I think it's going to take away from Nakua. I think Adams' presence shows like the way his character. He's kind of like an Aaron Rodgers-esque, like where he just demands shit, like he feels like entitled, but he's a baller, like, and he's a grinder, and it's going to rub off. It's going to rub off to his teammates. I think Puka is going to open arms, take it in, and I think it's going to be split and target wise. So in a case with Drake London, I think he's just the guy in Atlanta. He's going to get more targets.
The problem is like defense.
He's going to get more yards.
The Rams defense. The Rams are a playoff team with Stafford healthy. They're 100% a very high.
The defenses know that Drake London is the best guy out there, and they got to shade their attention to him. As opposed to Adams and Nakua, where they'll have more openings.
The safety is going to be over the top every time on Drake too, because like you talked about that route tree, John, him being a jump ball guy, that safety is going to be sitting there.
I mean, he could run slants. It's just he's not super dynamic with his routes.
Yeah, I would say Mooney's more.
Like sometimes those two wide receivers could be two of the top 10 wide receivers in fantasy.
Jettas and Addison. We see T. Higgins and Chase.
T. Higgins, yeah.
We see that a lot. Yep.
Addison is not no T. Higgins. It's just not.
Or even AJ Brown and
Devontae Smith.
That's a better comparison.
Even like Pickens now with your boy CD. I love that for you guys too. Honestly, I hate the Cowboys, but honestly, it's gonna help CD. It just takes a little pressure off a little bit.
And we'll get to them soon enough. I think we can move on from the Rams. Kyron's a beast. He's kept in our league. Tight ends, I could take him and leave him from that.
Any reservations at all about Puka or Devontae because of Stafford? Last question.
Not much. I mean, if that Garoppolo gets out there, that's a huge blow. But
huge. And Stenson
Bennett.
Bennett.
We've heard Devontae Adams in Oakland or whatever for the Raiders talk about Jimmy Garoppolo throwing hospital balls on that show, Receivers or whatever on Netflix. So if Stafford's out again, he'll have Garoppolo yet again.
Okay. What do you think, Eddie? You think what's going on with Stafford's back and having the back spasms, the Tracy McGrady shit, is that something in your eyes, or is that not really like a thing?
I just don't know the extent of it. I love Stafford. He's there up in age, but he's a baller. I think he's going to play through the pain. And again, he has very talented wide receivers and a great head coach, offensive mind to help.
And he's fucking tough as nails.
Tough as nails. Like
if you can play, he'll play. Like
that's exactly what I'm saying. He's gonna tough it through.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Let's move on. Let's move to the San Francisco 49ers. We talked about C-Mac earlier. I don't know. Casey and Hotz had an opposite feel last week. So it's interesting you say that. We can park that for a second. Kittle, obviously, being the wide receiver one on this team with all the injuries. Ayuk's going to be out for a while. It's just George Kittle's world, and we're all living in it. Tight end one every fucking year, it feels like. And then the defense is older. Anything viable on this team to you guys?
I think Pearsall is interesting.
Ricky Pearsall? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's interesting coming out this year with all the injuries, like you said. I
Juwan
think
Jennings is hurt too.
Are sneaky going to be good. Like I think that last year, like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. I don't know what that means for fantasy necessarily, but take it how you will. I don't think they're going to struggle as much as they did last year.
Okay, fair enough. What about you?
They lost a lot of players.
They have.
Debo's
gone too, so that wrinkle in their offensive, like that, the end arounds, whatever the fuck. Ayuk is still hurt.
I do love the addition of Brian Robinson.
For sure.
Like he's
one of the best handcuffs in football.
He's a workhorse, and that's your handcuff. That's solid. And so that was a great move, and they needed that for C-Mac.
Moving forward to handcuffs, let's move to Seattle. Talk about a guy that had a great preseason, had 8 rushing touchdowns low-key last year. Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker, dynamic in Seattle. We talk about the rookie tight end there, Arroyo, who's been getting a lot of love in the preseason. Seems like he could be very good. Obviously, the add of Cooper Kupp. Sam Darnold is now the QB there. And then you talk about your boy JSN, of course. The first question I want to pose is JSN higher than Marv to you guys in that category? Is he one step below?
I'll let Eddie take this one.
Is JSN higher than who?
Marv and Puka or any of those guys, AJ Brown, whatever the fuck you want to say.
No. He's not. No, he's not. I like him. I like him a lot. I'm not going to take him over an Adams and a Nakua. I'm not taking him over a Drake London.
Oh wow, you wouldn't take JSN over Devontae Adams?
I mean,
I agree with that. I wouldn't.
I mean, I if I'm looking, no, I don't know, but I'm leaning towards Devontae Adams. Yeah, I'm leaning.
I love Cooper Kupp where he's going. You know, he's the guy who's
love Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp is kind of WR2 technically, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean WR. I mean, if he's healthy, he's the WR1 to me. Actually,
yeah,
he's Cooper Kupp, bro. Like Triple Crown, Super Bowl champion. Cooper Kupp.
He lost a step, but he's still a dog, and he's still gonna.
Yeah,
and I feel like Darnold's the type of guy who will like lean on
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, like over the middle, shorter throws,
it's a great
getting
take.
Open quick.
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like JSN is a Bucky Irving actually this year. If Bucky Irving wasn't kept in our league, both guys are reached guys in like the way I'm looking at it. Same with your Marv take almost. Like these guys, the name is great. JSN, Marv, Harrison, blah, 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 Bucky Irving. These names are great. But like people I feel like are reaching for the stars with these guys a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
remember Marvin Harrison Sr., that's Zach saying that. That doesn't speak for the Row 26 podcast as a whole. I live in the Philadelphia area, so I gotta cover my ass.
I live in New York. Come find me. I live in New York.
I shitted on his son on a podcast.
I live in New York. Can't you tell I'm wearing all New York stuff? Giants and Yankees? Okay, perfect.
Find him in Palo Alto.
Yeah. Hey. Anyway. Yeah, Seattle, their defense. I want to take one take about the Seattle team. Their defense is going to be very good this year. The coach is McDonald, from the defense coordinator from Baltimore. He had their defense humming last year. They have a lot of talent on that team. I do like their defense a lot this year. I think they could be a top 5 defense this year. Seriously.
Wasn't he their head coach last year too?
He was their head coach last year, and the defense played pretty well, even with like not really formidable quarterback play. So I like them a lot. And they had a big injury to Brooks, I'm pretty sure, last year too. So anyway, that's one thing I wanted to say.
Went to the Dolphins before last year.
I don't think so. I think he went this offseason. Is that right? I don't know. You might be right. You might be right. Anyway, I still think I like Seattle's defense a lot. They Woolen, the guy Witherspoon as well. I think I like them. I do like them a lot. And his scheme, I think, is good too.
Yeah, Jordan Brooks went to the Dolphins last year.
Mid-season last year, was that?
No, he played every single game, started.
Oh, bad take then on Brooks then. But yeah, in general, I still like Seattle's defense. I'll stick with the take. All right, moving to the last division here. Our favorite division, obviously, the NFC East. We can start with the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin got his money. Obviously, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt is now seems like to be the RB1 with the departure of B-Rob. Maybe Eckler, obviously, a little shared time there. Where are you drafting McLaurin is my first question, and is Jaden Daniels a second-round quarterback is my second question.
McLaurin maybe like 5th, 4th maybe, and then
fifth is a steal if you got him. It's a
you could have kept him in the 5th, Eddie, and you chose no keeper.
I didn't have Terry.
Yeah, you did.
Still on my team?
Yeah, maybe ask Rob if you can still keep him. I'm pretty sure.
No, because I got to look at both the leagues then, because on my sleeper app I didn't have him on my team.
Let me I can check it while you guys are discussing this a little bit. But again,
Terry, I got it, Zach. You guys keep it up.
Thank you, bro. All right, cool. Yeah, I do think that Terry is being a little underrated this year. You know, the contract stuff with some negative press. I think people are, but
yeah,
Jaden. Go ahead.
You drafted him in the 5th and you kept him the whole year.
Sounds like you should be messaging Rob immediately right now.
I'm gonna text Rob right now. Stop fucking with me.
The keepers are supposed to be locked. You might have to throw some money on the table here.
No, I think he should be able to keep him. I said it in the group chat. I was like, oh, because he got signed.
We're such a friendly fucking league. I'll be clear. Anyway,
all my leagues are like that though.
Yeah,
that's how it should be with you. Play with your boys. Should be some fuck shit. But yeah, you should definitely talk to Rob about that. I mean, my God, Deebo Samuel, a guy everyone's sleeping on, or gonna get drafted too high. Like, where the fuck does this guy fall on a new offense?
I like Deebo. I don't know where I want to pick him, but I don't know. I like him. I think it's a good move for the Commanders. But then again, that's football, not fantasy. So I tend to blend the two worlds sometimes.
Is Deebo higher than a Golden type?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. What do you think, Ed? Golden or Debo?
It's tough.
I love Debo. I like Debo a lot. I like
Me
Debo.
too. He's got a little swag to him.
Yeah,
and it seems like everyone's calling him fat in the offseason. He wants to prove him wrong type shit. You know, he's one of those types of like edgy players.
And we talk about Bill Crosby Merritt. That's what he goes by. His name's like Shatori, but he goes by just like Bill, which I like. And,
I honestly know nothing about Merritt, and
I haven't heard of him until this offseason. I didn't know him.
That's what I'm saying. And I got his opportunity. You know, we'll see how that goes. I like Brian Robinson.
But the reason I bring it up is because everyone talks about Brian Robinson Jr. getting traded, and it's all because of this guy Bill. I do think it might have to do with like Debo getting some handoffs, you know, getting worked in on some screens. Like he can alleviate that running back role and also play slot receiver. You know, we've seen it obviously in San Francisco. Yeah. And I do think that, you know, Dan Quinn and the offensive coaches are going to try and work him in that way too. And that's part of the reason why Brian Robinson Jr. got traded, as well as Crosby Merritt stepping up.
Is Jaden Daniels higher than like a Lamar or
Joe Burrow? I think Joe Burrow is the right name. I think Lamar and Josh Allen are clearly ahead. I think when you start to talk about Jaden Daniels, it's Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And I take Joe Burrow. It's close.
You say you're still taking Joe Burrow, right?
Yeah, me personally. I'm a fan though. So
what about Jalen Hurts?
I don't know.
Nah, he gets the ball on the 1 yard line every trip.
Yeah, I know. But it's still like
touchdowns every fucking year, man.
How many throwing touchdowns do you think he had last year? Over under 21.
Under.
Yep.
Is that right? I
didn't know. 19.
And how many rushing touchdowns did he have?
Probably like 12. I don't know.
That's how many Josh Allen had last year, I'm pretty sure.
But and passing yards, he had 2,900.
I'm looking it up right now, his stats from last year. Yeah, I know. When you think about Jalen Hurts versus Jaden Daniels, I feel like we know what Jalen Hurts is. His thing is right here. I think Jaden Daniels is still like trending up, and you added Debo, like he's still going upwards. Is in my head, you know.
Again, it just comes down to the passing. Like his rookie season, he probably had
14 for Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns. The year before, 15.
14.
Yeah. So,
and rushing touchdowns.
That's with Saquon.
That's with Saquon. Throwing a touchdown in fantasy.
I mean, you're banking. I don't know. I want my quarterback.
You would hope that your RB2 has 14 touchdowns.
Yeah. So if Bo Nix had like 30 and like 6 rushing touchdowns, like I'd rather have that. Like, I just think that's more dependable.
Okay. All right,
Jalen Hurts. What was the rankings on the fantasy team, fantasy quarterbacks last year?
He's the third ranked quarterback right now.
And where was Bo Nix?
Last season? I don't know.
You just said
Bo Nix threw for probably 10 more passing touchdowns and ran for like 6, so 8 less rushing touchdowns with more yards. Like points per game, he's probably like 2 less if you add up all their points for the whole season.
I have to look. That's a very intricate stat. I can't look at that right now.
Jalen Hurts is the top guy. Yeah. All right.
Even with Saquon, like having 20 touchdowns, where the fuck he had, it was nuts.
Yeah, I'm saying if he doesn't get those 1 yard touchdowns, if one thing changes in the offense,
right? But he does, though. But he does.
But I'm saying, like, if that changes in the offense, you're fucked. Like he doesn't do anything passing the ball.
Jaden Daniels will pass the ball no matter if he's rushing or not.
Until they change that tush push rule, I'm taking Jalen Hurts all fucking day.
I think Jaden Daniels might have had more fantasy points than Jalen Hurts last year.
Possibly. I love him. I love Jaden Daniels.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, cool. We can move on from them. Let's move on to the New York Giants. My team. Shout out to the Giants. Malik Neighbors, Tyrone Tracy. Obviously Wan'Dale Robinson was a low-key 90-plus catch guy last year. So you think about PPR, don't sleep. And then
that's a lot. I didn't know that.
Yeah. 92 or 93 catches last year in Dable's offense. And then you think about Theo Johnson, the young tight end, maybe taking a step. Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, all that messiness. What do you think? I mean, I guess Neighbors and Tracy are the two most viable guys, I'd say, on this team. Do we like Tracy to be a guy that you would put in your RB2 slot or see a flex player in your head? And then the second question is Malik Neighbors over the other guys that we've talked about, BT, any of these guys like Malik. I know John's take has been about Malik and the quarterback situation being a little sketchy. Eddie, what are your thoughts on Malik?
I love Malik. I love Malik, and he did it with Daniel Jones and Mr. DeVito and all that. Like, now he got Russell. And even if it was Jameis, the starting quarterback, he's tossing it up to him, and that boy's going to get the ball thrown to him 50 times a game. I'm big on Malik. I didn't even know Wandale had 90 receptions last year. That's like, honestly, that's amazing for him.
Yeah.
I doubt he does that again this year, but we'll see.
That's fair.
Tyrone Tracy, I like him a lot.
It's because Daniel Jones is a dink and dunker, and Wandale's the guy that runs the dig. He's like an underneath guy.
I like Tyrone Tracy a lot, but the guy doesn't know how to hold on to the fucking ball. So like,
but he's so talented.
Yeah, he's so talented, but he fumbles, like every other game.
That's the one thing with running backs, though. You can correct the fumble thing.
But I love the addition of Cam Scatterboo.
Okay, there's a name.
I'm a big fan of his from college. I think he's gonna touch the ball 15 times, like 10 to 15 times a game. Like,
interesting.
So I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, John, go ahead. You can just wrap it up.
I mean, I like Neighbors. I like Scatterboo. Tracy's interesting. I don't even know who's going to be the main tight end there.
I think it's Theo Johnson, that rookie, from what I've been reading.
Theo Johnson. Was he there last year?
No, I think he's a rookie. I think he's just got drafted this year, if I'm not mistaken. I got to double check that, though. He might be a second-year player. You might be right on that. I don't know. Let me double check that. But yeah, you can keep going if you want. Yeah, Theo Johnson is TD1 on the roster right now. And he's second-year player. Excuse me, second year. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I mean, I don't know. I don't really love the Giants. I think their defense will be good, so maybe the running backs intrigue me a little more. I think Scatterboo is worth the pick for sure if you can find him in the right spot. I like rookie running backs. He's not the fastest guy. Might struggle, but it's worth a shot.
Okay. Moving along here. Let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. We just talked about them. The last team, the Dallas Cowboys. We gestured at them before with the Pickens addition. Obviously, this team is very much looking like a Bengals type of team this year. No offense to you boys. They're going to be a high-octane offense. I could see Dak throwing for that 4,800-yard type of season like he did a couple years ago, barring the health, obviously, but that's every team. So if Dak's in there, I feel like he's going to be slinging that thing. Their running game with their draft pick of Jaden Blue, he seemed like during preseason, as preseason had gone on, he started to really find a little bit more of a rhythm. But he's obviously more in that Bucky Irving role. I think we can all agree with that. They have Javonte Williams that they picked up as well. And then you obviously signed Ferguson to money. I'm a big fan of Ferg. I think he's a great tight end. So thoughts on first, and CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb in a PPR league, he will be mine in our league, for the record. Okay, I'm just letting everyone know right now, putting everyone on blast. CeeDee Lamb is going number 2 in our draft. You guys had over 100 catches each of the last, 3 seasons.
I like that.
He's quarterback.
He's
quarterback agnostic. Also, Cooper Rush. No matter who's in the game,
so Casey's either going to have Bijan or Gibbs at 4.
That's correct, unfortunately. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles with our keepers, and Jamar Chase being told to me by Javi that he's getting taken, as he should, as the number 1 overall pick. Hopefully, maybe Javi watches this podcast and gets cute and takes CD, and then I'm stuck with the Chase boy. So whatever. Either way, I'm a winner. I feel good.
Champagne problems, I guess. Good.
You got it. You got it. So that's where I'm at.
12.
And I have Bijan in my dynasty, so I'm not losing out on Bijan. I won dynasty last year with him. I'm not loser here. I'm not a loser with Bijan.
You're the 12th pick, Hotz?
What? Yeah, I'm the 12th.
There was no shot he was passing me.
I know.
Do you think Pickens is a 1,000-yard receiver this year? Is a question I have for the both of you.
I think he's an 800 to 900-yard receiver this year. I think he's there. I think it's very possible. I think Dak is going to be throwing the ball fucking 45 times a game.
If Dak goes for 4,500 yards and 1,500 yards go to CeeDee Lamb, let's say, where are those 3,000 yards going?
Right. Right.
No,
I
Pickens
love
can-
George Pickens. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to this season. I think is just to see that
Could be fun.
connection, and I think it's a great comparison with the whole Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T Higgins. That's like that's
It's identical in a lot of ways, actually.
It's identical in a lot of ways. Running back though, I'm not a fan again. I'm like tired of this shit. Like I love teams that run the ball, and not being able to do it for the last couple of years has just been like demoralizing. And I'm not Javonte Williams. I hope he does great. I hope he could stay in there and grind it out. But I have no high hopes for him. Jaden Blue, I love Texas U, Longhorn, stud. But you heard like whispers that I don't know if he takes it serious and whatnot. That can all be cap. And then his durability. They said he was injured before. He didn't start any preseason games or play any preseason games. So I believe the last one. And then he kind of like tweaked his ankle in that. But you saw some highlights of what he could be. So I guess we just got to see where that comes and where that takes us. But I hope to see a nice split back situation, and I hope I see more Jaden Blue than like
Javonte
10 to 15
Williams
times
or
the Cam Scatterbo.
Miles Sanders or
Yeah, I don't want to see Miles Sanders out there. I'm sorry.
yeah, nobody
Javonte
does.
Do you like
Williams,
Ferguson
too, like,
over because of the offense situation? Do you like Ferguson over like a Njoku or
No.
over like a Loveland? Any of those kind of guys? Do you like him more? Do you think he kind of fades into the background because of all the receivers and stuff? Like, what are your thoughts on Ferguson?
Yeah, I'm not taking Ferguson before I take Njoku. Loveland, I really don't know much. No one knows much of what he's going to be this year. I do like him. He has a lot of upside, and he has that Ben Johnson offense where like anyone's going to get the ball and he's going to get the ball. Berg, with the addition of George Pickens now, it's just like that's a lot more targets off of him, I believe. But I'm a big fan of Ferguson. He's a little dog, rowdy, does his thing. But yeah, I'm not taking him before the
Maybe one of those guys who's a better like football player than fantasy prospect.
That's a great take. I like that. All right, cool. All right, let's keep it moving here. That was the NFC. We did our fantasy little mock here for you guys to let you guys know what good players to keep an eye on. Let's move into the Hotz corner here. The Hotz corner.
I put in a lot of hard work on this quiz, so let's see what
Quiz
we got.
took a lot of time. It was not easy because I had to do it off an index of an NFL website. It was not easy to get. Okay, so it's gonna sound like an easy quiz, but you assholes out there that think it's so easy to find this fucking shit and make it organized, fuck y'all. All right. Anyway, Hotz corner. Let's kick it off here. I have 5 questions for you guys. Nice and fun. Leave it with you both. Would you rather have, and we'll start with Hotz. You lead the way on each question, okay? So then Hotz, then Eddie. Would you rather have to get through a Saw movie, get through a week of a zombie apocalypse, or try to survive jumping into a tiger enclosure and find the exit?
Zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse, 100%.
Adrian Peterson or Derrick Henry?
AP.
AP.
Rank these games: Madden, Super Mario 64, Call of Duty, Halo.
Madden, Super Mario, Call of Duty, Halo.
Madden, Call of Duty, Halo, Super Mario.
Rank these travel destinations: Bali, Southern Italy, Hawaii, Japan.
Southern Italy, Hawaii, Bali, Japan.
Bali, Hawaii, Southern Italy, and Italy and Japan.
In 5 years, how many championships will your favorite teams have? Any sport? 0, 1, 2, or more than 2?
I like how you gave us a multiple choice for that.
Yeah.
It just said how many would do.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that, but I was just like, let's have some fun here.
Any team? All our teams?
Yeah. Sport agnostic.
0.
Oh shit.
2.
I respect it. All right. Let's get into the quiz. I don't have a number because it's just hard, but you guys are gonna do this together. I don't have a number. I couldn't number it, but there's been a certain amount of QBs since the year 2000, a certain amount of running backs since the year 2000 that have been drafted in the first round. Name
Since
them.
2000? Okay, this is fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
There's a certain amount.
Some of them
that
are
have been
so
drafted
fucking
since
easy and obvious
2000.
though. Like when I was going through the names, John, I was like,
Yeah.
I can't just give you like, you know.
Ezekiel Elliott,
This is absurd.
That's one.
Derrick Henry,
No.
what?
All right. Ready, set, go. Ashton Genty,
Yes.
Bijan Robinson, Jameer Gibbs.
Yes. Yes.
Saquon Barkley,
There you go. Todd Gurley.
Yes.
Um,
And if you give me the year, it's even more impressive.
Javid Best.
How the hell did you know that one, John? Fuck you, dude. Where is he? I
Um,
saw him before. Yes, correct. Any
William,
throw names out when you think of them.
William Green to the Browns from Boston College.
I believe that is correct. Why the fuck do you know that name? The two most random ones on this whole list. Yes, Willie Green. Yes.
Christian
Adrian.
McCaffrey, Toby Gerhart.
Yes. Yes.
Adrian Peterson.
Toby, no. I didn't see his name. You might be right,
Okay.
though. You can audit me on that. I didn't see his name, though.
It might have
No.
been second round to the Jaguars. I'm not sure. It's
Yeah,
not-
I didn't see his name, no.
Mark Ingram,
Yes.
Willis McGahee,
Yes.
Reggie Bush.
Yes.
Um,
Any names from you, my friend over there?
Clinton Portis was late.
No, late. Who else did you say before? After Mark Ingram?
Willis McGahee.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Chris Johnson.
Correct.
Um,
There were 3 running backs that were taken in a row. Chris Johnson was the
Hang
third
on.
one in that group.
Eddie Lacy.
No.
Really?
Any names for you? Think about legends. Think about old school guys. Whatever you got.
No, I know. I got you.
I'm talking to Eddie Singh too in there. Yeah.
Steve Slayton.
No.
Legend.
Oh, Cadillac Williams and Ronnie Brown.
Correct. Both to correct. There was one other guy that was drafted in that draft in 2005 that was drafted in the first round. Running back. He went to Texas.
Cedric Benson.
Correct.
If you give me the round in the college, I'll get every single one.
I'm only doing that when it feels like it's getting washed out, you know,
Okay.
because we got to keep it moving. So obviously, I don't want to keep you guys the whole night here.
Amir Abdullah. He might have been sick.
Incorrect. There's a guy that played for the Giants who was a bust. 2 of them.
The guy from Virginia Tech. What's his name? Fuck. The Virginia Tech kid with the good 40 time. Oh my god.
Snapped
Number
it.
22. David Wilson.
Nice. Snapped his neck. Had actual open arthroscopic surgery on his neck.
David
Scary
Wilson.
story.
All right, give me another team.
There's another one from the Giants from the year 2000. That's the clue.
2000. Ron
2
Dane.
guys from the year 2. There's actually, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4,
2000.
5 guys.
Ron Dane.
Ron Dane, correct. Year 2000. There are 3 other guys from the year 2000.
Ron
Dane
Dane
was part of
Wisconsin,
Thunder and
Heisman Trophy
Lightning.
winner.
Ron Dane was part of Thunder and Lightning with Tiki, so he's a big name actually. Even though he was a bust.
Okay, give me another team.
Another team, Baltimore.
Baltimore, Jamal Lewis.
Perfect. He's the year 2000. The Cowboys. Besides Zeke,
Cowboys first round running back.
he's the brother. Somebody.
Julius Jones.
Love Julius Jones.
Not Julius Jones. He was second round from Notre Dame.
You're close though. It's so funny.
Marion Barber.
No.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, speaking about Marion Barber, was Lawrence Maroney a first round running back from
He
Minnesota?
is a first round running back. That was a bust by the Patriots. Bill Belichick, terrible drafter, as we all know.
First round running backs. All right, Cowboys first round running back.
Jones was the name. How about that?
It's not Julius Jones.
It has to be it.
Thomas Jones?
First round pick, but not by them in 2000. Yes, but you just said
Thomas
his name.
Jones' brother is Julius Jones. Kevin Jones was drafted in the first round.
I'm saying the same name. Same name.
Julius
Jones is the last name.
Oh, Felix Jones with the Arkansas. He's not brothers with anyone.
Dang, that's the first round pick
He's
from
not
the Cowboys.
anybody's brother though.
No, I was trying to. Sorry, I think I misconstrued my words there, but I was just saying that his name was the same as what I meant to say.
Okay. All right.
Yes, Felix Jones, 2008. I'll give you a clue. In 2008, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys you've named, or 3 other guys you've named: Chris Johnson and Felix Jones. There's a guy in between Felix Jones and Chris Johnson that were drafted in a row there. To the Steelers is the clue.
To the Steelers, Rashard Mendenhall.
Correct. There's a running back that was drafted to the Raiders in that same year. One of the coolest names ever, in my opinion.
I don't know who that is, but no Sean Moreno was a first round pick.
That is correct. He's a separate one from 2009. Nice.
Not Nick Chubb. I already said Todd Gurley from Georgia. Going by schools now in my head.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm lost.
I think you said Arkansas before too.
Yes, Darren McFadden to the Raiders.
There we go. Former Cowboy as well.
Minnesota's
a team.
Minnesota, Adrian Peterson. Did I not say him?
I said it twice.
Oh, sorry about that. Thanks. That was just an oversight then. Sorry about that. The Chiefs.
The Chiefs took Jamal Charles in the first round.
Jamal Charles.
Not Jamal Charles?
Nope. Not. It's a sneaky one. A little bit.
What year?
Correct. 2003. Nice, Eddie.
Nice. Good pull. I almost said him before.
The Saints have a first round pick as well.
Deuce McAllister?
Correct.
Deuce.
I already said Reggie
Chargers
Bush.
have a first round pick.
Tomlinson.
Same year. Yes, correct. LaDainian Tomlinson, the legend. 2007, the same year Adrian Peterson came out, there was another running back taken in the first round that year. I don't want to give the team. It's way too obvious. Legend. I don't know if he's Hall of Famer, but a legend. Mainstay.
Frank Gore?
No.
That's too late. Running back in the team. I need a college team or a pro team. I don't have it.
Nickname, or no, I'm not gonna give you the nickname. Seattle. I gotta get the team.
Lynch.
There you go.
There you go, Cal.
Perfect. Rams, 2004.
Steven Jackson.
That's correct.
Steven Jackson. Peace.
What else we got here? All right, Chargers.
What's his name? Ryan Matthews.
Correct. That's one. There's another one as well, actually. That was 2010. 2015, there's another from the Chargers.
2015 Chargers.
I think he played on the Cowboys before he retired, like right at the end. That might be a hot take. He was a Bronco as well.
Latavius Murray. He might be right another year. Shit. Chargers 2015. That's a good.
How many we got left?
You guys have gotten a lot. You're missing one from the Chiefs. That's in 2020. You're missing one from the Steelers in 2021. You're missing Jags in 2021.
All right, slow down.
Yes, correct. Edwards-Helaire, correct. Good job, Eddie.
Leonard Fournette.
Oh yeah, Leonard Fournette.
Was he a first round?
Yeah, he was 7th overall.
2017, correct.
Yeah.
2017, there's another. You already said the other guy, actually. C-Mac, never mind. Go ahead. 2018, Patriots.
Stephen Ridley?
No, 2018.
2008.
He was the last pick in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. He was on a national championship team, I believe, in a spellback role. Like he was the other guy. His first name is a tech company.
It's
like a TV and video company. They make TVs.
Sony Michelle.
There we go. Sonny Michel. Tony. 2019, drafted by the Raiders.
2019 Raiders. Fuck.
Not on the Raiders anymore.
Josh
Yeah,
Jacobs?
no, it's
Correct.
Josh Jacobs.
That's correct. The Jaguars 2021.
Travis Etienne.
Correct.
I don't know.
Steelers 2021.
Steelers
Najee.
21 was Najee
Correct.
Harris.
You guys said the most recent ones, right? Correct.
Up
said
to
Genty.
Gibbs and Bijan. And
You said Genty, right? Yeah. And then there was
I
another
said
one.
Genty.
Past
I
draft.
said Genty, Gibbs, Bijan,
Well, there's one more that you didn't name from this year's draft.
Travion Henderson,
Who was
Quinshawn
first?
Judkins, R.J. Harvey, Omarion Hampton.
Lamar Hampton.
Hampton,
That boy's
boy.
gonna be good.
2008 Panthers.
Jonathan Stewart.
Correct.
Legend.
2006 Colts to replace Edgerrin James.
Joseph Adai.
Correct. You can never replace Edgerrin James, you idiots.
They won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they ended up going to Arizona, who went to the Super Bowl too and lost. This guy, I can't remember the team. Raiders, he definitely played on. He's got one of the illest names ever. It's 2002. His last name rhymes with fuck it.
No, at 2002 Raiders, you're saying?
I think he was a Raiders. I have to double check that, but his last name rhymes with fuck it.
Oh, T.J. Duckett was a Falcon,
Falcon. But he also was on the Raiders, I think, too, at one point.
but he got drafted by the Falcons.
2006 Panthers.
Deshaun Foster. D'Angelo Williams.
Correct.
D'Angelo Williams.
Maroney was drafted before D'Angelo Williams in that draft. The Patriots could have had D'Angelo Williams. Sick shit. 2000. Did you guys see the 2000 Seattle one yet?
Sean Alexander.
Correct.
Did Deshaun Foster wasn't a first-round running back from
No,
UCLA?
I did not see his name at all. Nope. Let's see here. Some of these other names are kind of random. I don't think I'm going to hold you guys. Colts 2009. Tough name.
Donald Brown.
Oh my God, John. Crazy. All right. Yes, correct. The next one is Arizona, I think, 2009 as well.
Arizona 2009. David Johnson.
First name, his first name is a variety of a hat. That's an ill clue when you hear the name.
Hat, bucket, I don't know.
Variety of a hat.
Deshaun Foster was second pick of the second round.
His last name is the same name as the catcher of the Yankees.
Wells.
Oh, Beanie Wells.
Beanie.
Don't
Good
even know
clue.
this.
You know Beanie Wells? Come on. 2018 Seattle.
2018 Seattle. Rashad Penny.
Correct. He hasn't turned out to be much.
Nope.
You guys got a lot of them. Damn, you guys are fucking good. Oh, 2012. 2000. You did some work there. 2012. There's two guys. One was drafted very high, and it was a bust. And then there was another guy.
Richardson.
Correct. And then the other guy was he played with Jameis Winston. There's your clue.
The fucking guy, the Dalvin Cook. Not Dalvin Cook. Played with Jameis Winston in college.
No, in pros. Excuse me. Pros. Sorry about that. In the pros.
So he's a Buccaneer.
Yeah.
His Doug Martin.
Correct. Yeah, you're sick, John.
Yeah, he's fucking sick.
This is what I'm good at, to be fair. But
Yeah,
I know that's why I
He
didn't.
was on
Bro, if I
college.
just left it at 2010, you would have been done in 5 minutes, bro. Like I can't even stress to you. The names were way too big. Some of these other names.
I'll give myself a little credit.
Some of these other names, I'm just gonna list some other guys. I'm gonna wind it up here. I think we're cooked up here. 2001 Trung candidate.
Went to the Browns. Give me the player, and I'll tell you what team they went to.
Nice. Michael Bennett, 2001.
Vikings.
This is gonna be crazy right now. Kevin Jones.
Kevin Jones went
2004.
to Virginia Tech and got drafted by the Lions.
Damn.
Oh, okay. This one, Eddie, you could get too. This is like when fantasy became viable, and this guy every fucking year became a guy. He's one of the fastest guys coming out of the draft.
Oh, CJ Spiller.
What the fuck, dude? Yes, correct. You still didn't get the guy that I wanted you to get before from the Chargers. This is a huge name. You have to get this. I can't give clues.
Michael Turner?
No. He came into. I think he played.
with Melvin Gordon.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck yeah.
Correct. Thank you. I couldn't give you any more clues for that.
That was bad by me. I should have got that early.
Yeah. Honestly, that's it. You did everyone. Oh, yeah. You did Kevin Jones, too. Yeah, everyone's done. Unbelievable job. What a job, you guys. I mean, let's go over the questions, and then we'll wrap it up for today. Great work on the quiz. Really impressive stuff. I mean, honestly, some of these names are a little bit like Noshma Moreno's, the Rashard Mendenhalls, the Joseph Adais in the world. Like, that's unbelievable stuff. So that's good work. Love to hear it. Would you rather get through a Saw movie, get through a week of a zombie apocalypse, or try to survive jumping into a tiger enclosure and find the exit? You guys went with the zombie apocalypse. I love it.
Yeah, like out in the open versus trapped.
Fair enough. Do you think that at the end, I mean, in my opinion, though, at the end of the day, like, if you, in a Saw movie, like, you don't feel like you can get out of that shit?
I think I could survive a week earlier. At the end, like I said, like in Saw, I'm like trapped. Like I'm doing shit.
I gotta hurt myself, like purposely to get.
A week in a zombie apocalypse movie, I could just like climb up to a high like tower. Probably survive for a week.
This next one I want to, I like. It's you guys snap decisioned it, but Adrian Peterson, Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
AP
I mean,
is
longevity.
prime.
You can make an argument for Henry.
The longevity for both of them is right there.
Yeah, it's like prime.
Like,
AP was just the only person on his team.
I mean, Derrick Henry took fucking Brian Tannehill to glory date, like to glory. You know, like my God.
Yeah.
No, it's an eye test thing for me. Like the more stunning player on the field was.
Yeah, AP was a horse. That guy galloped down the field. It was sick shit.
Yeah.
That's fair. Rank these games. Eddie, you said Matt. I will stick with like Eddie's answers here because I know Hotz's video game doesn't give a fuck. Madden. You said Madden, Call of Duty, Halo, Super Mario.
Yeah, Madden and COD are like 1A, 1B. That's all I really play. I play Madden, I play COD, and Halo. I loved it growing up. I'm a PlayStation guy though.
You never played like Super Mario though on 64 and stuff like that?
Yeah, I love it, but it's not like I.
The lore doesn't stick like the other ones stick.
Video game.
Yeah.
Video game until Call of Duty and Madden.
Yeah, that's fair. And you still play them to this day. They
still,
grown up. Yeah. They test the time. You know, they stand the test of time. That's fair. Travel destinations. Hotz, you went Southern Italy, Bali, Hawaii, Japan. Is that right?
I think Hawaii, Bali, Japan, but it's all close. It'd be amazing to go to any of those places.
Yeah, for sure.
I particularly never been to any, but Bali is like somewhere I would really love.
I've never been to Bali either. I've never been to Hawaii either.
Yeah, Southern Italy, but I would go back.
I can see Hotz one day, like just like retiring there, and that's where we catch him if you want to go see him.
I'll be in Palermo.
Yeah, in Palermo, just hanging out. And Eddie, I'll see in PR in the bottom in his old stopping ground.
Isla Verde.
Or even in Isla Verde with all the foreigners. You mean? Yeah, we could do that near the airport. In 5 years, how many championships will your favorite teams win? Hotz with the 0. My God, dude, you don't think Soto's bringing nothing to town?
Nah, I mean, I have to go on what I've seen. The best predicator of future is the past.
Yo, the Yankees are giving me one, and the fucking Knicks are giving me one. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, what about the Knicks, John? You gonna claim the Knicks this year, and you're gonna say it?
Giving me one, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that to you guys.
Who has a better chance to win, the Yankees in the next 2 years or the Knicks in the next 2 years?
The Yankees, Knicks. You could say the next 20 years.
That's so mean.
I really like the Knicks like next year. Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know who's playing. I don't know who's
they piss me off
on that team, but yeah, we'll
the
find
Yankees
out.
piss me off. Aaron Boone pisses me off. Honestly.
For sure. This was a sick pod, Eddie. Appreciate you jumping on. We got our draft coming up on Monday. You boys better ice up and do some mock. CeeDee Lamb.
Hey, pay your dues if you're watching. Pay your dues, motherfuckers.
Pay your dues, motherfuckers. And shouts to the people that tuned into the show tonight. Saw Joey, Abbo, my boy, some of the guys checking in for tonight. So appreciate you guys locking in with us. Eddie, you're the man for locking in. Hotz, we'll be back.
For coming on, Eddie.
Do a draft recap. Shit on everyone's picks next week. We'll be back. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day.
I'll be in Vegas next weekend if you want to hop on.
Yeah.
For me.
That can be said. We'll talk about it.
All right. Peace.
All right. Be good, boys.